Hey guys, this is Anastasia, and welcome back to my channel for this week's Teen Mom Recap. This episode starts with Cheyenne, who found herself a new man's. He had a man bun, and Cheyenne was immediately hooked. Even though he seems totally cool with Ryder, and he doesn't have any kids himself, Cheyenne always feels like baggage. Her sister says the episode title, she says, it's not baggage, it's blessings. Until you're changing the diapers of another woman's kid, see how much of a blessing it feels like then. Next is Tyler and a very pregnant Caitlin. They invite Butch over to the baby's birth, but he's already setting himself up to skip out, saying he only has $40 to his name. So even if he does come, he sure ain't paying for it. Tyler actually doesn't mind paying, as he's been in jail for the birth of all his other grandchildren and even his children, and this is the first one he's actually out to be able to come to. On a lighter note, Kate tells Nova that they're going to set a timer for her relaxing time. Kate actually doesn't need to set a timer for herself because it's always relaxing time for Kate. As they discuss the baby, Nova says, "Guess what, Dad? I love my baby sister." Aw, she's so sweet and pure. Jen and Larry discuss Ryan. Larry hopes that jail humbles Ryan. Good luck with that. Jen tries to make lemonade out of lemons here and says that, well, it's only 90 days and it's not that long. Well, it was apparently long for Ryan, who couldn't complete a 90-day rehab program and ended it early. Don't think he can leave the jail early, though, unless he starts collecting plastic spoons. Maverick has been stuttering more lately, especially when he's excited. Macy goes on WebMD and starts thinking the worst, as any parent is susceptible to do. Possible causes of the stuttering range from anything from something that just happens in kids and goes away to cerebral palsy and autism. Macy decides to go see a specialist, so if anything is wrong, they'll know sooner rather than later. Amber is in LA for Teen Mom Press. Andrew shaved, and it's really disconcerting. MTV is more or less forcing Amber to hang out with Cheyenne and Corey under the guise of them actually being friends or having anything in common. When Amber was threatening to quit, Corey said one of the only intelligent things ever uttered from his mouth. Amber needs to know what she signed up for. The network is not making you say something. Congratulations, Corey, you said something right for once. For once. Amber calls Cheyenne, who no doubt got a burner phone for this very purpose, and says that she needs to talk to Corey in person. Cheyenne seems worried, and Andrew says what we're all thinking. He's probably nervous you're gonna smack him. Mackenzie is out with a friend and once again announces that she needs alcohol to deal with this. She's excited to clear up some misconceptions. For example, she was with Ryan every single time he got arrested and watched him get handcuffed. I guess that's including the time he was driving around with a bunch of heroin on him and claimed to not know he had a drug problem. And let's be honest, we all know that Mackenzie looks older than she is, but apparently she acts like it too. She was bragging about how she went to see Ryan in jail and she went postal on the poor worker at the jail because Mackenzie forgot to bring Jagger's birth certificate and she wouldn't let her in. So we now have confirmation that on top of everything of all her other great traits, Mackenzie is also a can I speak to the manager type of bitch. You forgot the paper. It's your fault. Please don't be a bitch to the workers. Especially in a jail, that's not very smart. Apparently, she also got super sarcastic with the lady. She's proud of it too when she's telling the story. She's like, "Oh yeah, I just found this random infant on the side of the road, kidnapped him and took him to the jail." Again, Mackenzie, you're in a jail. Crazier things have happened, I'm sure. She says you can technically visit every day, but after that experience, she hasn't gone in 2 weeks. It's gross and icky, and she just doesn't like it. Mackenzie is smart enough to admit that there's nothing she can do to stop Ryan from doing this, but she can drop herself from having to deal with it by leaving him. Corey and Cheyenne take Ryder to soccer. Cheyenne accidentally drops her phone just when her new boyfriend Matt texts her. Corey sees it and teases her about her new boyfriend, and they push each other and flirt as usual. With his friends, Corey talks about how grateful he is that Cheyenne has a man. He thinks she sort of found a guy because she felt pressure from him being with Taylor. He hopes that she'll be nicer to Taylor now that someone is giving her sweet, sweet love. Kate is ready to pop. She's texting Butch trying to arrange a free flight to come see his granddaughter's birth, but he's leaving her on red. She can't even get a text back. Her and Tyler would never do that to their kids, but they know that Butch is an addict and has a different frame of mind that they can't understand. The next day, Kate wakes up with contractions, and she gives birth to Veda Luma Baltira. Thank God, not Tesley. Congratulations, Kate. Amber and Andrew meet with Andrew's friend Flynn, who looks just as cavemanish as Andrew, but he seems very nice. She tells him she loves how Andrew doesn't let her walk all over him. Here's hoping she doesn't test that out, literally. The loving duo gets stuck in LA traffic. Andrew asks Amber to give him his liver detox tonic. Maybe he really is a hippie like she keeps saying. And that shit looks nasty. It looks like when back in 7th grade science class they would make you get a water bottle and grab a sample of water from the pond so you could look at it under the microscope. That's what that shit looks like. It looks disgusting. The pond water makes Andrew have to go pee-pee, and there's no bathroom in sight. So he starts backing up into an alleyway to get to a parking garage. As he's in reverse, Amber says, "Can you not hit the homeless man's stuff?" Wait. LA? Homeless man? Andrew Lewis? Anyway, Andrew pisses in a parking garage. Great stuff. Kate heads home from the hospital. Tyler wishes Butch came, as he never showed up. Kate goes into more detail. She thought she had gas at 5:30 a.m., but the pain was a little bit higher up than that, and it ended up being a contraction. So she woke Tyler up and they headed to the hospital. After 1.5 pushes, Veda was there. Nova was very excited and asked the age-old question of where babies come from. And Tyler told her it comes out from where you pee. Oh god, seriously. Tyler is one of those guys who thinks you pee from the vagina. Tyler, you don't pee from the vagina. It's not the same hole. I guess I shouldn't expect anything more from someone who still can't figure out birth control at age 27, is it now? You're not a teenager, you don't have an excuse anymore. Thought you were one of the smarter ones, Tyler. Corey and Cheyenne head over for dinner with Amber and Andrew. Corey keeps trying to talk about Matt, but Cheyenne says it's none of his business. Sort of ironic, as she was sure demanding to know a lot about Taylor earlier. Corey suggests that she sit down and talk with Taylor, and Cheyenne straight up just yells/roars like an animal. She's like, "Ma! Ma!" Corey and Cheyenne are both so loud and obnoxious, they really do belong together. Macy and Taylor take Maverick to a speech pathologist. She reveals that no one else in her family stutters, so it's probably not genetic. The psychologist says that children aged 2 to 4 like Maverick often stutter, so it's not an issue right now, thankfully. And he doesn't think that he needs therapy at the time. Hopefully MTV has security on standby. C and C meet up with A&A for dinner. Amber goes in for the hug and Corey says jokingly, "You want to fight now or later?" Obviously he's kidding, but Corey needs to read the room here. Amber does not have a very high tolerance for humor. He continues to prod at her. He's like, "Did you sign your Teen Mom contract, Amber?" Like looking at the cameras all around them. Amber's like, "You want to play right now?" Corey, shut the hell up. You know Corey was like one of those football player bullies in high school. He's just like relishing every moment, subtly making fun of Amber. It's a little weird. Amber explains that she can only take so much before the Twitter haters really start to get to her and she gets depressed. Corey knows that letting someone in your life is tough, so he's sorry he hurt her feelings. Then Cheyenne randomly starts yapping on and on about her boyfriend Matt like anybody cares. The only person probably even listening is Amber, actually, because every time Cheyenne says Matt, it gives her PTSD flashbacks to Matt Beyer. Cheyenne talks to her family about maybe talking to Taylor. They want to make sure that she has the same values and morals as them since she's going to be around Ryder. Yeah, as I've said again and again, Cheyenne and Taylor are basically one and the same. They just refuse to see that. Tyler's mom, Kim, is furious that Butch missed the birth. Every other time one of his kids had a baby, or even when she was having his babies, he was in jail. Now he has no excuse, and he still didn't show up. It's hard for Tyler to process that it really might not have been that important to Butch. But Kim is furious for him and says Butch is dead to her. She sends him a long text explaining how she feels. And that's all for this episode of Team Mom OG. What do you think of the name Veda? Is it better than Tesley, the original name they planned out for her? Why do you think Mackenzie and even Ryan's enabler parents won't visit him in jail? Is it just too gross for them? Leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for Team Mom recaps every week.